Hello students. So today we are going to study about a very important life processes. But before that, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever wondered how cats give birth to kittens and dogs give birth to puppies? This is because of a very important life process, that is reproduction. So in today's discussion, we are going to talk about a very important essential life process, that is reproduction. Let's understand it in a bit detail. If you see the cat and kitten, do they look similar to each other? Yes, they do look similar to each other. And dogs and puppies, they do look similar to each other. And all this is because of reproduction. So let's start defining reproduction. What is reproduction? It is a process. It's a process by which an organism, that is cat, here in our example it's the cat, by which an organism gives rise to an offspring, that is kitten. Okay, it gives rise to an offspring which is similar to itself. Okay, so this is about the definition of reproduction. Clear? Now, why is reproduction important? Why do we need to study? Let us understand by making use of one example. Let's assume, okay, on earth there are 100 organisms. Okay, 100 organisms. There are two species. Let's name it as species A and species B. 100 organisms are there. Species A and species B. 50, 50. Okay. Now, the lifespan of this species A is, let's say, 10 years. And also that of species B is 10 years. Now, species A is going to reproduce. It's going to produce new organism. But species B is not going to do any reproduction. What do you think? What will happen after, say, 10 years, 20 years? What will happen to the population of species B? Yes, it's going to die. There will be extinction, whereas species A will continue its generation. So why is reproduction important? First of all, for continuation of species. Okay, so this is very important. Now, when there is continuation of species in the reproduction, certain changes takes place as there is change in the environmental conditions. Okay, so as the environmental conditions change, the species will also show certain changes. It's going to adapt to that particular situation, and there will be transfer of beneficial, the good characters, the good traits will get transferred. So it will help in transfer of beneficial traits. Means there will be genetic diversity. Yes, the genes are going to diversify. Many different organisms eventually gets created. Now, if you know that there was a single celled organism right from the start of evolution, which occurred on in the water, but now there are millions and millions of different species of organism present on the earth, and the organisms are very well adapted and they are evolved. So it also helps, the genetic diversity will eventually lead to adaptation and evolution of species. Okay, apart from this, each and every organism is dependent on one another. Okay, so what's happening over here is, you might have studied about the food chain and the food web, right? So here it also helps to maintain population growth by increasing the number of organisms and stability of ecosystem. Okay, or else what would have happened? The herbivores, they depend on the producers. Let's say producers are not reproducing. Okay, so producers will come to extinct. The one those are dependent on the producers, that is herbivores, will get extinct because of no food. They will starve and die, and so are the carnivores. To prevent that, to stabilize the ecosystem, also reproduction is very important. Clear till this part? Yes. Okay.